Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cars, Computers, and Canines. Today we're going to be taking a look at a bathroom sink faucet. We're going to go through the install process, some little things here and there that you may want to be aware of, and hope you enjoy. The canines have come to see what's going on. What do you think, Bowie? Is it a good faucet? So today we're going to be looking at the Pfister, I guess that's how you say that, Pfister Ladera sink faucet. And I really got this because my wife thought it looked good. That's about the only requirement I had. Okay, so in the box we've got the install guide, which will come in handy. We've got gaskets, we've got the drain stuff, and all kinds of other things. Faucet head itself, you can see there's a little aerator in there. You know, you can actually replace these. Pop that out and you can replace the aerator or clean out the little grate if it gets dirty and it doesn't spray right. So here's what we got. I've actually got two sinks in here, but they're this weird looking gold, copper, I don't even know what to call that color. So first thing we're going to need to do is remove all the old sink components. So one tip is put a towel down because stuff's going to drip no matter how careful you are. There's actually going to be water in this P-trap because that's its purpose, is to keep out sewer gas. So it has a little layer of water that's right here. Get you a bucket and put it underneath so that way when you unscrew this, all that nastiness will go into the bucket, because especially if it's an older sink, odds are there's some hair and gunk in this P-trap that haven't made it out to the drain. We want to shut off the water. Some of these will just be a quick quarter turn. If it's an older house like mine, it'll be a little screw valve. But we'll test. Water's off. Alright, well that took a little bit of doing, but we were finally able to take out the old faucet. I'm going to take a wipe, clean off the area over there. I kind of use this bucket already to catch all the old faucet parts. I'm going to throw them all out anyway. So P-trap came off pretty clean. Now I got to get this off. So if you don't have a wrench big enough, just get you some channel locks. Okay, so that part was a little grosser. So that stuff around, don't be alarmed if it's gross looking. That's just plumber's putty. But we're going to clean out all that plumber's putty because the new faucet apparently it tells you not to use plumber's putty. But I'm going to clean out that hole and these holes up here, and at that point we'll be ready to start installing the new sink and drain. Okay, so we got everything clean now. Yeah, unlike the old faucets and most faucets that have that little stopper at the back to control the drain, this one doesn't actually have that. It's a little pop-up, so you click the bottom and it pops up to allow the drain, or you click it down to close the drain. So this will actually be a lot easier because usually it's a pain to get the rod from the faucet down in there. So kind of a neat little feature. Okay, well that seems pretty firm. It seals down there, and the bottom it just tells you to firmly hand tighten, so I pretty much turned it till I couldn't turn it anymore. Alright, we got our valves positioned. We're going to go underneath the sink and we're going to put this piece on top, and then this will hand tighten, and then we've got a tool that came with this that we're going to use to tighten it all the way. They kind of just give it to you in the box. Alright, so once I was able to finally get these handles on, the little handle itself is secured by the this hex key. So they're nice and tight, and now we're going to attach the faucet, which underneath there's a threaded shaft that we're going to put this on. This little thing with bumps up against the counter, and then this secures that to the counter, and we're going to use their special tool to tighten this. Okay. So the bumps go up toward the counter. Take our threaded shaft. We're going to have it finger tight, and we're going to go up top and make sure the faucet's in the position we want it. Alright, the faucet's in position, so now we'll tighten with our tool. one last time before you tighten all the way, make sure you check that it's straight, or you can have someone hold it in place if you need to, and then give it that last. Alright, there we go. As you can see, this one's kind of nice because the back is flat, so you can actually make sure that it's the same parallel to the back of your counter. Alright, next thing we're going to do is connect this little thing. Well, actually it goes like this. But you put the red line in the red, the hot line is red, cold line is blue. Everything's color coded under here, so just match them up. And then this one goes in the center where the spout is up there. And there you go. You got both valves hooked up to the center like so. They all click in place. Last thing to do is connect the water line to each one of the handles. So these include little adapter ends, so that way the water line can plug in, and then these just hand tighten to the each faucet above. Alright, we got everything installed under here, including the drain. Last thing we need to do, take this aerator out, turn the water on, let this flush out a little bit because there's going to be little crumbs and stuff in there that you don't want to get caught in the aerator. Use a coin to get these out. There we go. You can see with the aerator it gets a little messy. There we go. And now we're all set. And look for leaks. Like I said, you're looking right up here by the sink line. You can use your hand to move around, feel if there's any water seeping around. Let it run for a little bit. But it looks like everything's pretty dry. Hope you enjoy the water on the lens here. But we'll see you next time. Thanks.